Hello, everybody! I bet you guys miss me. Sadly, the reason why I haven't been doing any videos a lot lately, I mean, I know after my review of the Dreamer of Oz, I haven't been done any videos lately. For those of you who don't know, I had a horrible head cold. It was awful. I mean, just nostrils blocking up and sneezing and all that. It was awful. Well, it's Thursday, and you know what that means? Nothing I made up, okay? Today is Thanksgiving, folks. Now, what kind of Thanksgiving movie I'm gonna review for you today, folks? Well, one thing I am gonna review for you folks, this one is made in the Philippines. That's right, some people in the Philippines, they celebrate Thanksgiving. And it's a romantic comedy, unlike any other. So pretty much, the movie I'm going to review for you today is none other than A Turkey Man, A Pabo rin. And don't ask me what all that means. I'm kind of bad on the Tagalog. But that's exactly what the name described. It's called Ang Turkey Man, Ye Pabo rin. Pabo rin. And I decided to review this, folks, because this is a very different romantic comedy. I mean, unlike that Japanese romantic comedy about this boy who meets this robot from the future, this one here, this one is about a guy who goes by the name of Matthew. And one thing it's really great about, one thing it's really interesting about him is that he got to this online dating service, and he meets this lovely Filipino girl who plays, her character's name is Cookie Beagle. And I know what you're saying. What is it with me and Filipinos? Well, let's just say, between you and me, I'm in a relationship with a Filipino girl. And that's what got me into do this review for you folks. But of course the situation is not the same as hers. We still video chat at Messenger, but we haven't met in person yet. But in the future, we're hoping. I'm talking to you, hun. Anyway, now, in the movie, Matthew, he meets Cookie, and then it just clicked, and they both fell in love. And then he starts meeting his family. Cookie has a brother who goes by the name of Dong. Yeah, you can laugh on that name. It is kind of a funny name, though. Dong. And he always acts like he's a gangster, like, yo, 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 what's up, G? All my calls, please. Yo, 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 what's up, G? Got the music sound here. You can see the weeotch beyond your crib. And I said weeotch. I just can't cuss. Sorry, folks. And of course, he also meets two of Cookie's besties. Girlie, who is a plus-size woman who is looking for her love of her life, and Awesong. Actually, that's them right here. Here's Cookie, here's Matthew, there's Dong, that's Awesong, and Girlie, and of course Cookie's son, Jojo. Of course, the funny thing about Jojo is, he keeps calling Matthew Superman. Because he's big, tall, muscled, and he has little short, dark hair. So that's why they call him Superman. Heck, all the Filipino girls calls me Batman because of that Batman shirt. But I think I'll do this for you fans. I am vengeance. I am the Knight. I am Batman. Hold it right there, Joker. I'm coming for you. Anyway, now during these certain days, it kind of explored more about the cultural between how the Americans act and how the Filipinos act. I mean, normally, one thing I really like the most is that Matthew meets his in-laws. Cookie's mother and father, who is old-fashioned. They're a little superstitious. But they do treat him like he's a member of their family. And that's something not many people never thought of. I mean, does anybody besides me hate those in-laws who acts like a real pain in the butt to our main character? I mean, on the Simpsons, Homer has these sisters-in-laws, Patty and Selma, and they're giving Homer a hard time. And of course, on Christmas Vacation, Clark has in-laws who gives him a hard time, until at the end when the boss didn't give him his raise, so his father-in-law stood up for him, which that takes a lot of guts to do. But of course, I really hate Peter Griffin's in-laws. They treat Peter Griffin really bad because they're rich and Peter Griffin isn't. But the in-laws I really do like is the parents from American Dad. Because Stan married this woman named Francine, and she was adopted by a Chinese family. And they treat Stan with a lot of respect. It's just he has a problem of them not speaking English, and the father always keeps telling Stan to call him Baba, not Dad. Of course, it's a Chinese custom, and that's one thing about me, I respect the customs. And heck, I already met my girlfriend's parents, and they seem to really like me. Respect. Sorry, I need to get a little ghetto at me. Anyway, back in the story, even Matthew, he kind of find their culture a little crazy sometimes. I mean, he's not used to their cultural and their superstitious ways, but one thing about him is he endures it. I mean, he's kind of used to it because he loves Cookie so much. I mean, love can make you endure and get used to the weird stuff. And throughout the entire movie, Thanksgiving is coming. And the problem was, Cookie tried to make the best to have a greatest Thanksgiving feast ever. And of course, one of her Filipino friends tells her to don't not forget the turkey. And now the turkey starts haunting her in her dreams. So she goes through any length and any heights and any travels in order to get the turkey. I don't know what that happened. Of course, I'm not much of a turkey guy. I'm more of a duck man. Gotcha. Of course, I heard some people do eat goose for Thanksgiving, and never tried it. But I heard they're very stringy. Anyway, Cookie had gone through a hard time of trying to find the turkey until she finally got one. Not a dead one, but a live one. And now she's really scared because it's really late. And she was afraid that Matthew's going to leave her, all because she didn't bring the turkey on time, and he thinks that Thanksgiving is ruined. But that's what she was afraid of. But as it turns out, Matthew never leaves her. He still loves her. He loves her enough that he'll never leave her. So, they decided to continue it on without the turkey, but keep the turkey as a pet for a while. And they had a really great feast. And that's the best thing about Thanksgiving, is enjoying the whole entire feast with your family. And that's what Thanksgiving is all about. Of course, the history about the Native Americans and us, but I don't want to bore you with that history. I mean, I'm sure all of you pretty much heard the history of Thanksgiving, about the settlers and the Native Americans. But anyway, at the end of the movie, Cookie got pregnant. And since they didn't have time to go to the hospital, they decided to have it in Dong's truck. So they finally have a child. Matthew, Cookie, and the rest of the family, they live happily ever after. And that is Turkey Man for you. I just call it Turkey Man because I can't pronounce the rest. If any of you understand tag-along, you could translate it for me down the bottom in the comment down below, so I understand it. I mean, heck, see if you can translate all these words besides Turkey Man, because I have a hard time trying to translate that. But here's one thing that's a little interesting. It changes a lot on some of the cast on the show. I mean, on the movie, I mean. Like the actress who plays Cookie, Tuesday Vega, she's happily married to a Filipino guy. And I've seen her in a lot of things lately. And as for the guy who plays Matthew, well, during his years in the Philippines, his name is Travis Kraft. Travis Kraft. That's him over here. And he's been in the Philippines so much that he himself met a Filipino girl. And he's starting a relationship with her. Imagine that. Have an American actor in the Philippines and all of a sudden meets a Filipino girl while they were shooting. I mean, it's different. And of course, Travis Kraft, he has his own YouTube channel, so you can type down Travis Kraft on YouTube, and you can find a lot of videos of him exploring the Philippines, testing out the food, and asking some questions to some people. And of course, talk about his years being with his Filipino girlfriend. Which I have to say is pretty touching. But it's not the end there, folks. Because, believe it or not, somebody decided to make a TV series based on that movie. Of course, it goes by a different title. And the TV series they made is, of course, Kano Loves Pinay. Now, as you can see from here, that the actress who plays Cookie, Tuesday Vegas, she's in the show playing Cookie again, in the show. But the rest of the cast have been recast. As you can see here, everybody's recast. Heck, even Matthew has been played by another guy named Lee O'Brien. Wish I had to say he's a good actor, but I don't know, I like Travis better. To which his own. And of course they added some new characters, like there's a Filipino guy who works with Matthew, and he's like his personal assistant, but he also hits on Girly. And also Dong meets a Filipino girl named Wing, and they're starting their relationship. And throughout the entire show, they're not going for the whole Thanksgiving turkey thing this time. Oh no. In the TV series, they kind of stretched out and showing more and more of how they got along through all those years. Because, I mean, it's cool that one relationship between an American guy and a Filipino girl to be together. But sometimes you gotta wonder how their entire relationship goes throughout, like, days or weeks or month or maybe a year. And they go through a lot of hard time, but all in all, it's all a funny comedy. And it's all romantic and funny, which I kind of like. I mean, most romantic comedies in America are getting a little cliche, so I would say you guys should look up some Japanese romantic comedies. And take it from me, you guys should look up Ang Tokiman Ya Bobo Den. Pabo rin, I mean. You could check out this movie. This is really, really good, really funny, and very romantic. Or if you wanna see the longer version, like the TV series, check out Kano Loves Panay. Now I know Panay means Filipino. Does Kano mean white man? I don't know. So, Daswanga! That's what the girl says on the movie and the show. Every time when the camera is on them, they always go like, Daswanga! Anyway, the movie is really awesome, and the TV series is really sweet. And that is Ang Turkey Manye Pabo rin for you. So if any of you like this review of that romantic comedy, please leave a comment down below, hit like and subscribe. And for my next review I'm going to do, folks, well, it's going to involve a list. I got a little list, a society offender who be really on the ground, and they never will be missed, they'll never will be missed. There's a foul kid, there's a blonde kid in begging clothes and keeps on talking like he's black, or the girl you once dated doesn't get the joke on Caddyshack, or an Asian guy who cuts on every single line, and paparazzis take a picture of Britney Spears showing her you know what. And even Bill O'Reilly's dermatologic cysts, they never will be missed, they'll never will be missed. He's got them on the list. He's got them on the list, and none of them be missed, and none of them be missed. Whoa, whoa, whoa!